Here's some Ferraris. I have another batch of Ferraris. I have some Porsches that I'm sticking away.
Mattel launched Hot Wheels when Bruce Pascal was 8 years old.
Always happens.
Since then, the company has built a booming business that's become more popular with adult hobbyists who treat these toys like investments.
55 years later, I'm still playing and collecting Hot Wheels. Give you $1,500 for it, and I'll give you cash.
You got it. Sold.
Welcome to my Hot Wheels museum.
Bruce opens his $2 million collection to the public only about 4 times a year.
And one of the reasons I have this warehouse is my wife didn't really enjoy having so many visitors come by to see my collection at the house.
In this video, you're getting full access to all of it, including lowriders, unreleased prototypes, and his most prized possession.
It will take $1 million to pry this car off my collection.
And you'll see just how far people like him are willing to go to score a rare item.
And the next thing you know, he pulls out a gun. And I go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna die over a Hot Wheel.
Bruce's collection stands at more than 10,000 cars and another 3,000 pieces of rare memorabilia.
In the early years from 2000 to 2005, I would say about 90% of the items I was getting was from former Mattel employees. So the first one I'll pull out, there was a car that came out in 1969 called the Torero. This is what the car looked like, but if you look at it, it's not a Hot Wheel. It's actually a hand-carved piece of resin and then hand-painted. Apparently there was a dinner in 1969 at Mattel, and everybody that showed up got this chromed car. There's less than 10 of these known in the world. Makes this car worth at least $5,000. One of my favorite cars is this Mustang. Only the first cars of production actually had what we called open hood scoop. And then they realized that extra step of process to punching out the metal slowed down production. So almost every other Mustang sold is covered. But what's different about this car is if you turn it over, you'll see it has one of the most shiny bases you can get. One of the rarest cars I have. This car is probably worth $30,000.
Red Stripe Racing Slicks. New Hot Wheels.
Mattel launched Hot Wheels in 1968 with the idea of designing realistic cars that were faster and flashier than its competitors. And its first year, Hot Wheels outsold the #1 toy company at the time, Matchbox.
The president of Mattel, Elliott Handler, who's given credit for the driving force to create Hot Wheels, realized when he saw his grandson or nephew rolling a Hot Wheel on his leg, instead of rolling it on the floor and going 50 feet, realized the car Matchbox didn't really have playability. So he designed a car that had 4 or 5 features that Matchbox didn't have. I think it was a genius move. Elliott Handler told me one day that his greatest inventions were taking something already invented, but just making it better. And that's what Hot Wheels was and is today.
Collectors today still talk about that first lineup because it blended showroom favorites with radical custom builds, like this hot rod.
When Hot Wheels came out in 1968, they released 16 cars, known as the Sweet 16. About 10 of them were regular cars that you could go in and buy from a showroom. A Mustang, a Camaro, a Cadillac Eldorado, a VW. But a few of them were based on show cars of that day that were famous. And one car was called Tognotti's T. It was made by a guy named Don Tognotti, based on a 1913 Model T with a Corvette engine. Well, little did I know that I'm reading the newspaper one day and I read the actual car is for sale. It's going to be on auction on Bring a Trailer. I sat there bidding, and at the end of the day, I won the car. So here you go. The original 1964 America's Most Beautiful Roadster Tognotti's T, made into the hot heap as a Hot Wheel. I think I got it at a bargain, $75,000, and I wouldn't sell it for even double that today, because to me, it's the centerpiece of my Hot Wheels collection.
These are original mock-ups of a car released in 1980.
And one of the things they had to do as a designer is they would draw up a concept for a future car. Here's an example of one of those cars they created. There's the actual product, and it all started with a drawing. Is that amazing? One of the things I love about Hot Wheels is you look at the final product, but thinking about how this car come out to be. So this is a British taxi called the Cockney Cab. It was released by Mattel in 1971. But it doesn't just come out. Somebody has to actually get the drawings approved. And I actually found the original drawing. Howard Reese was the designer of Mattel. It's dated May 13th, 1969. So any kid could go to a store for 69 cents or 79 cents, buy the Cockney Cab. But the history of it always starts with a drawing. You know, when a lot of people come here to visit the museum, they're not always interested in seeing the rarest Hot Wheel or the rarest paperwork. They want to see the Hot Wheels they played with when they were kids. So let me show you what I put together. I put these two together. There are about 500 Hot Wheels in between these two different displays, but they pretty much encompass if you were playing with Hot Wheels in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, or even the 2000s, here's a real mix of all the different Hot Wheels that you probably played with as a kid yourself. Pretty cool. I love the colors and the different types of cars.
After decades of toys, tattoos, and rare packaging, Hot Wheels began noticing something. Their first fans weren't outgrowing the brand, so the company officially started targeting adults. Brendan Vituski has been working as a lead designer at Hot Wheels for over 20 years.
We hired real car designers. They came from Detroit and worked here. Most of them had moving parts or a feature. So this had an opening engine hood so you could see the engine detail. This is the first product that Hot Wheels offered with the collector in mind. They made this 15th anniversary product.
Today, Mattel has a whole line of collectible cars called the Red Line. These have up to 30 parts and sell for as much as $37 each. Compare that to Mattel's cheapest cars, which typically have 4 parts and sell for just a couple dollars.
All the parts just almost literally fall into place. You know, the body, the window, the interior, the chassis.
Redline cars are only sold online and to people who pay $10 a year to be in the Redline Club.
So you won't find this at your major retailers or anything like that.
Brendan leads the team that designs these cars, like this Mercedes they've been working on for over a year.
And our manufacturing team told us no at first. And it took a few rounds of debugging just because of complexities of manufacturing it, making sure that all 4 doors open.
Redline cars like this lowrider are produced in limited quantities.
All of our Redline Club cars have that kind of intricate detail.
That lowrider is one of Bruce's favorites.
And the paint job is beyond spectacular. And the wheels, just like a real lowrider, they pop out. Is that amazing? So look at this car. I mean, this is awesome. A Hot Wheel for $35, and it's a piece of art.
Redline cars can sell for double on eBay right after they're released.
The general rule is the less production volume, the more collectors who want it.
But Bruce mostly buys cars for his personal collection, with a few exceptions.
So I do hoard some cars that I think in the future will go up in value. I look for all the Ferraris I can buy, and then I kind of stick them away as investments. This is sort of like my bank vault. So for example, here's some Ferraris, I have some Porsches that I'm sticking away. But the Japanese cars are very hot right now. Everybody likes the Nissans, the Toyotas, the Datsuns.
Adult collectors like Bruce are part of the reason Hot Wheels sales are booming today. They reached $1.4 billion in gross sales in 2023, up 14% from the previous year.
It's going to cost you $50,000 to buy a lowrider that's painted beautifully. But for a Hot Wheel, you can have it on your desk for $35. Now, the most common question I get as a Hot Wheels collector is, do you play with your Hot Wheels? And yes, I get on the ground with the kids and I reenact my childhood when I was 8 or 9 or 10 years old playing with Hot Wheels back then. Always happens. So my good friend Dave invented the Super Sweeper Hot Wheels. Let's see how it works It's the world's only Zamboni-like Hot Wheels cleaning up. Let's see what happens. Dave, let's get all these Hot Wheels cleaned up today.
But his rarest cars stay locked away.
This is the car. It's the king of the hobby. It's the rear load beach bomb. It's the rarest Hot Wheel in the world.
Only 2 of these were ever created.
Every car Mattel made had to go through the tracks and the curves. The problem is when this car went around the track too fast, it turned to its side. No good for production. So this is the prototype of the transition between the model they didn't want to make and the future model they were going to make. I paid over $50,000, less than $100,000. That's my range, I'll just say. I always keep it kind of secret.
When Bruce bought a different beach bomb from a collector in North Carolina, he thought he was getting robbed.
And he said, I'll meet you in North Carolina and we'll meet at a hotel and we'll do the transaction. So I go in the room, he's there, he seems like a nice guy. And the next thing you know, he pulls out a gun. And I go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna die over a Hot Wheel.
Turns out he was a police officer.
And he puts it down. I said, dude, you just scared the hell out of me. But I ended up making the deal. He was happy. His uncle worked for Mattel and he had this rare car.
Bruce rarely buys directly from collectors though. He gets most of his cars at conventions, like the York Toy Extravaganza in Pennsylvania. One of his favorite trading partners is Randy Blake, who's had a booth here for 25 years.
I have 300,000 cars at home, which people are like, what? This is just stuff that I remember that brought me joy. And it still does to this day. I've never looked at it as monetary to make money unless I'm using that money to buy other Hot Wheels I don't have, because they're expensive, some of them.
What's up, Randy?
Hey, Bruce, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. I got some carded red lines. I got some nice higher-end convention cars.
Do you have that, the Fair Lady Z, the new NFT?
I do. I have one of those. That's my last one left right there. That's the.
Yeah, I just got these. Are the newest ones that just came out from the club.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Both nice
The
cars.
Porsche, yeah, both of those
Both
are the two
nice
hottest
cars.
ones.
Yep.
What do you think of an even trade?
I could do that for you, Bruce. We could work that out.
Another deal?
Absolutely.
Hey, Jerry.
What's up, Bruce?
You tell me, what's
How's
going
it
on?
going? Because I know you're the man that has everything except this.
Okay, something I don't have. Wow.
How long has it been since you've seen one of those?
I saw one on eBay in my life, that's it. 2 cars,
Made only 1 year,
yeah, great condition too. What are you asking for it?
1,800.
That's high, how about 1,200? Life's not always about making money. Give you 1,500 for it and I'll give you cash.
You got it. Sold.
Okay, 13, 14, 15.
Thank you, sir.
We got a deal? Thank you very much. Appreciate you saving that for me.
I'll give you mine.
So this may be the only one existing in the world today, this type of package. And when you're a collector, you want to try to find stuff that nobody else has. This falls in the category. I paid a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but I guarantee you if I came back here for the next 10 years, I wouldn't find it.
While Bruce snatches up anything rare or historic, some have a niche, like building complete color sets of one type of car, what collectors call a rainbow.
Hey, Bruce.
What's up, guys?
How are you, Bruce?
I'm doing okay.
My man.
Cosmo Kogan is trying to build a complete set of the 1968 Mustang.
I've always been a big Mustang guy. I actually had a Mustang when I met my wife. And for me personally, I just love that. I call it like a lavender, just beautiful color. And like this is a $1,000 car, you know, in this condition.
And most Hot Wheels have appreciated tremendously over the last 55 years. There's no guarantee if you buy a car today that it will go up in value, and there's no guarantee that it will go down in value. But that's why I always suggest to collectors, buy what you really have a passion for.
Because for Bruce, it's not just about the value. It's about what these cars meant when he first saw them as a kid.
I often find myself giving advice to new collectors. And my advice is, buy what you like. This is not stock picking, to buy cars to think you could just buy and sell them to make money.
But even the world's biggest Hot Wheels collector knows you can't take them with you.
God forbid I pass away tomorrow, I don't know what my wife would do. So I am working on a list with instructions myself of what to do in case I pass, and I have some friends that would help her. But it's a Herculean task for a lot of collectors that collected for 25 years and have thousands of items. Remember, each item was bought 1 or 2 at a time and enjoyed, and to get rid of 15,000 items at one time, it's difficult.